All right. Good evening once again. Welcome to Digitech Z Hub, an online training platform where we offer training across different professional and basic programs, such as data analytics, web development, cybersecurity, graphic design pro, AutoCAD 650, and etc. So this very section is on data analytics with advanced Microsoft Excel, right? So we
Okay.
started looking at how to use some intermediate Excel statistical functions. Some intermediate
Okay.
Excel statistical functions. Am I correct?
Yes.
Under which I mentioned sum if, and I believe it was the sum if that we used to output this particular tabular results. So the analysis question we answer here was, we are given a payroll data set that comprises the following headers, as we have already glanced through before now. We have the serial number, we have the employees, we have the states, we have the gender, we have the department, we have the states, status rather, we
Status.
have the grade. So, but just to narrow our question was to summarize all the value here, that is the basic salary per the unique departments. So that was what we answer here. So at the end of the day, we came up with these results showing us the breakdown of the basic salary per each of the departments. I hope that is clear. All right, so like I was saying, I was trying to explain something to us. Remember, I have already taken us to how you can use PowerPoint. I believe is your class. How you can use PowerPoint to present your observations,
Yes.
which are known as your findings. Your findings. Remember, I told us, that at the end of your analysis, you are expected to uh, study the report and be able to identify your trends, the pattern,
Yes.
and the outlier. That is the whole essence of our analysis. Now, this is exactly what I'm saying. If you look at this particular report, it is not enough for you as a technical person to just come up with this and then you believe that the stakeholders can make decision from this. So this will be difficult for them to decode. So the best thing you aspire to do
Yes.
is to help them to identify which of the departments, after the summary of the basic salary against the unique departments, you should be the one to bring the one that has the highest basic salary out. So from this value, we look at the highest department consuming more basic salary. You write it down. Then you also look at the one, look at the lists among them. You also write it down. Then you still look into the report and be able to know if there are some departments that you want them to give special attention to, maybe based on what is happening there. Like if you look at this technology, you can see that the value here is far, far from other values. So it's a concern
Yes.
if it happens to be maybe analysis of product performance, where a particular product is far from other in terms of performance. You need to find a way of suggesting an idea for them to take or to make sure that they improve on that particular variable. So having said that, we will just continue with where we stop. I have already used the first intermediate function, which is the sum if. And I told us that this set of Excel statistical functions, they are used for single criteria analysis. What do I mean by single criteria? The criteria we use is summarizing the value of basic salary per department. It's just one criteria, which was what? A department selected. So how did you got this value? You got this value based on what? This department. You got this value based on what? This department. So this is still within one criteria. Remember where we started from. What led to this result? These are like, no condition. We just added everything under the basic salary. Here we started adding, but this time around with a defined criteria, criteria. Okay, so now we just want to look at, we still have two of them left before we look at the advanced aspect of this same function. We have the count if. So we're going to start with the count if function. So you write count if function. Let's start with that. So the Excel count if function, I hope you are writing. The Excel
Yes.
count if function is one of the intermediate statistical function. That also analyzes, or that can be used to analyze data where only a single criteria is required. So just to explain it, it is mainly used when dealing with counting based on a defined criteria or condition. It is mainly used for counting analysis where one criteria or condition is required. I believe that's have been taken, right?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's look at the application of the count in answering analysis question. So that would take us to our data sets, but even with this one, I want to align it with the particular one we have answered with the sum if, so that you can know that sometimes it's not enough for you to just use the sum or give statistics like this without, backing it up with how many how many employees makes up this particular value. Let's say you are presenting this to the company and you have told them that only marketing departments, the staff that are working there, their basic salaries amount to this. That is the report you are giving. And then they now ask, can we know how many of them are there? How many staffs are in that marketing department that amount to this? So that is another question that you should expect. So based on that expectation, we are going to use the count if to perform the same analysis so that we can also have the breakdown of the counting of the employee across this department. I hope you are following.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't have to go back to the data first. So what I'm going to do is to copy the whole of this model, Control C, and then probably bring it here. Remember that this is an interactive dashboard that we are targeting. And remember what I told you about creating analysis dashboards, that your dashboard should be very simple, should be user-friendly, should be color-friendly, and the structure of your report should be super, which means that you should prioritize how each of these reporting models are stationed in a way that they will form a very good design. So I am pasting the one I copied here. Now, the answer, the question is not the same. So what I'm going to simply do is to delete all this value. So I actually copy everything so that I can inherit the department because the question still aligned with counting the basic salary or counting the employees rather based on what each department. So since department is still mentioned in that question, that's the reason why I copy. If not, I will have gone to my data set, copy everything, remove duplicate, just like how we got this. So I'm only trying to help my ministry. So now I will edit this header. This header can no longer go with this question. So I'll select it and come to the formula bar and change it to this is analysis of of total number of employees. That is what we are analyzing here. So let me just leave it like this. Total number of employees per the department. That is what we are analyzing. So now that takes us to the count if. So this is where I'm going to activate the count if. The count if. So once I have activated the count if, I want us to also take note of the syntax. Remember, I emphasized in our last class that paying attention to the function you are using syntax matters a lot. It gives you an idea of the kind of data or argument that function needs to give you the expected result. Now, looking at the syntax, what we have here is range. That is the first input, the first data you must give to this function. That is a range. So what the function is saying is that, yes, I am going to perform counting analysis. But can you define the range where the criteria that will be used for the counting was captured in the data set? That is the range. So which means that I will switch back to the data set and what? Capture the whole of this. Capture the whole of this. What I have communicated to Excel right now is that you see this particular column that I have selected. And the way I selected it, I used the alphabet, which means that what? I selected all the cells with value and the ones without value. And the reason is that in case of tomorrow new entry, my analysis dashboard will be automated without coming back to perform the analysis. So that is why I click on the letter in order to select the entire column value. Now, you have already spoken to Excel that you see this range. This is where whatever criteria that I am going to choose as the condition for you to count the employee based on those mentioned departments, the value must be from this column. That is what you have just communicated. So now we will now go back to the dashboard and then pick one of the departments, which is what? Marketing. So here we are not dealing with 3 variables. We are dealing with just what? Just two. Two arguments. The argument of the column where you have the criteria value and the selection of the criteria which you have already mentioned here. So I'll just press enter. So you can see that what? We have 36 of them. Then if I autofill, you see that all I need to do in order not, for it not to appear as if it's a monetary value, I will just come here and say, I don't want a decimal units. I'll just make them what? Whole number. So you can as well add decimal units because I felt that leaving the decimal point makes it look like monetary what? Value. So that's why I turn off that decimal unit. So now, one funny thing, you can see, now let's quickly do some comparison here because like I've already advised us, we should always learn to go beyond technicality or technical skills as data analysts. We should look at how we can present this to a non-technical person, somebody who is not a computer literate. Perhaps the person has employed you as his or her boss. How will you communicate it? Now, I want you to look at this. When we visualize this tabular report, we discover that operation has the highest what?
The highest
Basic salary, right?
basic
Now, the
total.
question is that
Yeah.
before this analysis, there are some questions that will have arisen because this is descriptive analysis. Question like, what happened that, what influences
Yeah.
operation to make it to generate or to have more what? Basic salary. Now we can easily answer the question here. You can see that same operation now has how many count of employee working there? 42, right? Now you cannot see the reason why it has more workers. There are more workers in that department than what every other department. The next department that follows here is what? Marketing.
Market.
You can see that what? The marketing also have what? The next highest number of staffs. That is the reason why it's actually. So you can see if not that you have performed this counting analysis, it will have been difficult for you to tell the company why. Why? That is diagnostic what? Analysis. Do you still remember?
And
Why? So it will have been
yes, yes. Why
difficult
it
for you.
happens?
Good. It will have been difficult for you to factor out the reason why operation and marketing are doing better than the other departments. So it's justifiable. Now, remember that your analysis is not complete until you point out the trend, the highest, and also the what? The
So
least. So every company that want to make decision want to know the highest performing item and the least so that they can know the differences. Because sometimes when you measure the differences, is what will tell you whether that what you are claiming to be the least is actually doing well or not. So what is the list here? Now there is a very good
oh,
observation here. There are two departments. You put it in writing that after your analysis, you also find out that two departments have the same number of what? The same
the
number of
least.
employee. You mention them in brackets. Number one is technology, followed by what? Compliance. Now let's look at the
Complain.
correlation. What is the correlation? The difference between the highest or
And the
other
lowest.
that are performing than those variables that are not performing. The company wants you to tell them. Now, you can see, let's pick 42. Imagine you subtract 4 from 42. The difference is high. So if
38, yeah.
a product, for example, now, these are products that the company says. Don't you think that you should advise the company if they have done everything that is required? They've run ad, they have done enough marketing, they have even created enough awareness, for example, and they still arrive at 4. What would be your advice to that company? Should they, do you want, will you
Merged with this.
continue to buy that product?
No.
That product
I
is
will tell them to. Mm.
They have done all the necessary awareness, but yet the product is underperforming. Now, I want us to know this as data analyst and business manager. It is not every time a product underperforms that suggests that enough marketing was not done. There are a lot of factors. Some of the products that are underperforming will be as a result of not displaying those products in an area that what that support it.
It needs to.
For example, I'm just using this. I'm not trying to use this in case people from that location come across this video. I'm just using it as an example. For example, we have Coca. This is cassava, right? I believe you are familiar with
Yeah.
Coca. right?
Yeah.
Coca is
Yeah. Yeah.
populated with some set of people. If you have been there, you will see that people that are living in Coca, their way of reasoning, they are quite different from people that are living in what? Iwan Road. People that are living in Upper their way of reasoning. I don't know if I'm correct what I'm saying.
Yes. Yes.
Good. Now, if a food seller, maybe like all these kiosks, a food seller that cook like Mama Put, where do you think that person will sell more? If he or she want to set up that food
It's
selling business.
Coca.
Coca. Why? Because the level of people there, they are low income. They are low income what? People that cannot buy food in bulk. They pay
Yes.
as they go. That is on the daily basis. They cannot stock for 1 month. For I'm not saying that all the people there they are poor, but what we are saying is that
Yeah.
we have more of people that do not cook in that area.
Mm.
That is what.
Yes.
Now imagine you carry your products, you did not do enough study, enough study. You now carry your product to that kind of place, and the product is underperforming. You will not blame that product. So that is the point I am trying to make here. But I can, on my own, I can factor out one or two reasons why I feel technology has the least or is one of the departments with the least employee. These are people that uses the computer, right? And you know that the computer
Yeah.
is multitasking, which means that
Yes.
you put one staff here, that one staff using computer can do the work of what? Five, if not 20 people in what? In operation department or marketing
Yes.
department. I believe that is the reason why this particular company do not have much staffs in this particular, and this one are the one that ensure that everything, the policies are in place. So you don't need more of them. They are more or less of supervisor, the compliance. So I believe that is the reason why we have a few of them. So I'm not trying to tell the story because telling story on our data is our core responsibility as data analysts. Every data analyst must know how to tell story on the data that he or she is given. That is the beauty part of what? When we're looking at some of the key aspects, what data analytics involve. Remember then, we mentioned what? Report presentation, right? Your insight what? Presentation, how you communicate what you derived from the data. All right, so now there is need for us to also visualize this so that we can easily identify the trend. Because instead of me comparing this value with this value before I could know that marketing is doing better than security, I can highlight all of them like this, like I've taught you before. Click on this quick analysis, go to charts, all right? And then since we have used this, just go to chart and then choose maybe one of these.
Fine.
Then arrange it well,
Awesome.
arrange it in a way that will form a design, like I always advise you, because this is a dashboard. Okay, so you can see that this one permits us to highlight it or to give it a background color. So there are a lot of presets that are already here that we can take advantage of, provided the color that come with them do not contradict other what color. So always make sure that your report is unique, right? So now we have visualized it, and even the visualization is giving us that particular trend. As you can see here, operation is still topping, followed by what?
Marketing.
Marketing, and then the list, the two of them happen to have the same number of employees, such as the technology and the compliance. So that is how we can use the count function. The count function. Sorry, the count what? If. The count
If.
if. And it's just one criteria that we use for performing this counting. Any question?
Yes, so I have a question. Oh, like all these some if, count if. Where exactly do we use them? because that I'm still confused
That
on
means
that
you are
area.
not following all this while. If you are asking this
I'm
question,
following, no, I'm following.
all the story that I have saying since have should be enough to tell you where to use it. You see what I say here. The company, I started with the story because I know that sometimes being a learner, you might be confused. I started with the story because the story sometimes will make us to know the intention. What do you want to achieve with it? The story I started with, I said, for example, you have already given this summation analysis. That is, the question you answer here was the company want to always look at the question. If you are able to draft the question, you know what you are targeting. The question we drafted here was analyze the total basic salary per each department. Did you understand that question first?
Yes.
At the end of the day, you came up with this that this particular value, 1 million plus, is the total basic salary the company will spend to pay all the staffs working in what? Marketing. This is what the
Yes.
company will spend to pay all the staff
Oh,
working in
in
security
security.
department. Did you understand that first?
Yes.
Good. Now the company now asks you, how many staffs are here? How many staffs generated this particular, or how many staff will this amount be used to pay their basic salary? That is the question. Look at the question. How many? Once you hear how many, that is not summation. That is what? Counting. That is when you use what? This. Once the question says how many, then you cannot use sum. I don't.
Okay.
Are you getting it now?
Sure, sure.
Once the question says sum up or summarize, once the question says summarize the total basic salary per department, which was the
You
question
use
you
some if.
answered, that is the sum question. I
If.
just do sum. Are you getting it now?
Okay. Yes.
Good. Once the question says analyze the total average, that is the next one I'm going to teach you now as the last one. Once the question says analyze the total average, the total average, the total average, that is not sum, that is not count. That will take us to what? Another statistical what? Function. But I want to be sure that you now understand when, right? And how
Yes.
to use the sum. So the way the question sound should tell you. Are you getting it? So it's just for you to pay
Yes.
attention to the way your boss is going to put it. Some boss they can just tell you, please, what is the total salary for a particular department? That is sum. All right. So I hope you are taking note of the syntax. So I'll give you have you written the syntax because I want to take the last intermediate one, and then I'll give you let's say 10 minutes to practice it before I continue with the advanced category. But are you okay with this first?
Yes.
Okay, so let's look at the next one. Write it down. Average. Average if. So let's take this one. Average if. Average if. Average if. So how do we define the average if? Right. The average
Okay.
if Excel function is one of the
Mm.
intermediate statistical function. Is one of the intermediate statistical
No.
function. Is one
Mhm.
of the intermediate statistical function. Are you following? One of the
Yes, I'm following.
intermediate statistical function,
Function. Yes, written.
which is also used to answer single criteria analysis question, which is also used to answer single criteria analysis question. The notes, the average function, the average if function summarize value and divide the value by the numbers of entry. The average if function summarizes the values or a range of values and divide it by the numbers of entries. So let me break it down. You know, all the way from secondary school, they taught us that if you have, let's say, 2 and 3, let's say 2 and 3 and 4. So here I want to test your secondary school knowledge now, whether as you are pursuing money, whether you have forgotten. Now look up.
Okay.
In secondary school, we were taught that if you are asked to find the average of these three numbers, what will you do?
Average. You add it and divide it by this thing.
You add
Wait.
2 plus what?
Plus 3 plus 4.
Divide by what?
By how many? The number. The number.
No, give me the
The
answer now.
number.
Looking at this
Number.
here, divide by what?
2 plus 3 plus 4. Then you now
Divide by what?
divide it by.
If you fail this
Hello?
question, the whole world will be watching you on YouTube.
You said what?
If you fail the whole world will be watching you on YouTube. Hope you know. So you must not fail it. I'll tell that your name is showing here.
Let me solve it. Let me solve it.
No,
Like it's
you don't
1,
need to
2,
solve
3.
it. You don't need to,
You add it.
tell me.
Okay, let's do it together. 2 plus 3.
No. Don't give me the answer. Just tell me 2
Okay,
plus 3 plus 4 divided by what?
plus 4. Then you now divide it by the total number. That is 1, 2, 3. You divide it by 3.
Good. That is what I want to hear. Now, what we are saying is that if we are telling a cell that it should sum up, it should find the average of basic salary. If we are telling that or a cell, find the average of basic salary per department, which means that you pick each of the department. For example, now, pick marketing department, all the values that are associated to all the marketing here, sum them up, divide it by how many of them you counted. Are you following?
Yes, I'm following.
Good, which means that this function has sum in it and also has what? Count in it. The sum we first of all sum, then the count we count and know what to divide with. Hope you are aware. Okay, so let's answer a valid analysis question. Write the question down. The question we want to answer with the average if, right? Using the salary payroll data, right? Using the salary payroll data. So I'm referring to this data now. Using the salary payroll data. Analyze the total average, the total basic salary average. Analyze the total basic salary average. Per each department.
Per each department.
Or per department.
Yeah, written.
Are you with me?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's go this way. Let's go answer the question. Now, the question, I think we have used too much of what? Departments. Can we change it to grade? Please change it to grade. Let's change to grade. Now, if it means that we are calculating or analyzing the average of basic salary, right? The total average of basic salary per what? The grade. So which means that we have to go and list out the unique grade. So that will not take us to what we did the other time. I will have to highlight everything, right? And Control C, and then go back to my data. I can't copy and paste this one this time around because the question does not what? Tally with what? The department. So now I will leave this space. I'm trying to form a design. I'm leaving this space. You can see the way I left this space. And I'm leaving this space as well, just to form a design. And I'm maintaining the same level. So I will paste here and then remove duplicates because what I want is that each of the departments should be represented by 1. But here I can see manager,
Yes.
and if I go down, I'll see another manager. So
Trainee.
I need to remove
Mm-hmm.
duplicate. And to remove duplicate from what I've taught you so far, you go to where? Data.
Yes. Go to data.
Then you
Then
click on
see
what?
duplicate.
This is it here.
Duplicate.
And then
Yeah.
you confirm the column where you have
Confirm
duplicate you. Then you click.
and click
So
OK.
Excel has
Yeah.
what? Remove 145 duplicate. And then we have what?
Yes.
Few of them left.
6
So
unique.
now
Yeah.
you are building your model now. Now, what do you want to analyze here? Total what? Total average, right?
Total average. Yes.
Good, total average. So you title it and then expand it here. Now, remember that we have to make the header unique and the body of our
Yeah.
report unique. So I'll copy the format I've used here. Remember the logic I told you. Select it, go to
Yes. Yes.
click on what? Format painter,
On
then
format.
highlight
Format page.
across the whole of that. So I have duplicated
Okay.
what? The format. Now, this is where I will
Yes.
now enter the formula, which is what? The average,
Equals to
the average
average.
what? If.
If.
Now, let's look at the syntax. Don't forget, one of the logic of learning this function is for you to know the difference between their syntax. It's very key. You see that this one requires more syntax, it's just like the sum if. The range here, the range is the selection of everything you have under grid in the data,
Yes. Yes.
indicating that that is where the first criteria, that is where the criteria value, the value you are going to use as the criteria for, calculating the average, that is where the value is. Then criteria is the selection. We'll come back here and select what? One of these what?
Manager.
And then of course,
Yeah.
this average range is the selection of total basic salary value, because this function works with number. It cannot add what? Straight, just like what we did in the case of sum. This is direct revision of what we did under what? Sum. Now just watch me. Let me go with what I just interpreted. So my range, I'll go back to the data set and then acknowledge where the criteria value will be picked from, which is what? Selecting letter H, so that I can create room for future what? Entry.
Yes.
Then comma, the
Future.
criteria
Yeah.
is in dashboard. We have already mentioned it here. I want to start with what? Manager, because once I get for manager, I will do
Yes,
what? I
manager.
will autofill. Then this function need number to work with or integer to work with. So that will take us back to the data and capture everything we have under what? Basic what? Salary.
Basic salary.
And then that is
So all these
also,
things, you will be demarcating them with comma, right?
yes. But the last one, you not put comma.
Okay.
So once I press enter now, so this is the what? The average. So then I can autofill for the rest. Then I need to also visualize it so that I can know, because there's always a sub question at the end of answering the main question, most time.
Yeah.
Because the sub question is actually the question that will help you or the company to take that decision.
Yes.
And what is that question? Which of the grades has the highest average? Now, I don't want to start comparing value. So I will just click here and select the quick. Now, we have been using this graph since. So you can decide to choose another graph. So if you want more graph, you can go to more, and then you see elaborate version of what? Different graph. So I want to choose this as another graph. Now, as we are choosing them, make sure that they are forming design. They are forming design. The way you are arranging them, they are forming design. So I'll check whether if I arrange it here, I think here should be better.
Better, yes, exactly.
Good. Now you can see that this manager, how do we interpret it now? Manager have the highest, right?
Yes.
Then followed by what? Senior what? Officer. And then the least among them is what? Trainee.
Trainee, yes.
Good. So you have other style that you can take advantage of here if you want to change from that very one. So let me stick to this. So I will allow you to work for the next 10 minutes. What you are going to do, you are going to answer the same question. You're going to share your screen while you are doing that. If there's any
Okay.
issue, I can assist you right away. So I'll stop
All
sharing
right.
now. Yeah, over to you.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Let me start. Um, okay. I think this is my work. Mhm. This is my share.
So
Share.
make sure that you are communicating as if you are teaching. You know you are a teacher,
Okay.
so explain.
Oh my God. All right. Okay. Now the okay. So we are going to use uh, count if, right? Am I communicating?
Yes, yes, you are communicating.
Okay. Count count if. Okay. We say we should find total number of employee per department, right?
Yeah,
Is that it? Okay. So if we are finding um, uh, total number of employee per department, that means we are going to use count if formula. Okay, so let's per department. Okay, let's copy this. Let's use this because we've already uh, uh, copy. Okay, let's paste it here. Control V. Okay, this one.
Press escape to stop the selection. Just press escape.
Escape.
You double pasting? Your Excel sheet is sensitive enough to know that that very place where you pasted it does no
You say
longer
I should press
align.
what?
Press escape to step. Okay, I think you have already stopped that. Go ahead. Go ahead. You have done that.
Okay, this thing I want these numbers to be showing.
No, you don't need them. You are supposed to wipe them off. Just select
Okay,
and
okay,
delete.
okay, okay.
And they
All
are,
right, all right. Okay. Okay.
just select the whole of that place and press delete at once instead of doing it one
All
by
right,
one.
all right. Delete. Delete column. Yeah. Okay. So uh departments. Mm,
No, no, no. Press what you will have. Okay, go ahead, go ahead. Next time you just press delete button on your keyboard. Press delete button on your keyboard, not that one.
okay,
Press
okay.
delete button on your keyboard. If it doesn't remove it, just go ahead. It means it has
Ah,
automatic.
done.
Okay,
Done.
go ahead. Okay.
Okay. Now I want to find now total number of employee per department. So if I'm finding, I'll just uh, use equal to equal to then I'll total number of employee per department. Count if count if then is telling me range and criteria. So for range, I'll go back to my data and the select the F. I'll select F. Share is F. Hold on. Let me look at my work first. Marketing security. Okay. Security credit. Yes. I will select F in case of future. Then my dashboard. See, then I will now um comma. What is happening? Then criteria. I'll now select marketing. Am I right?
Yes. Press enter. You
Okay.
will know whether you are right. It's when you get the result, you know.
Okay, I'm coming. If criteria, that's all. It says 0. That means I'm
Okay.
wrong. I'm
So
wrong.
continue. Do it
I'm
again.
wrong.
Let's see. Do it again. Do
Uh,
it again. Oh yeah, start again.
okay,
Let me watch you. I wasn't with you
okay,
before. Oh yeah. Equals to
okay. Equals to count
count
if,
if. Okay. Count if.
then
Okay.
the
The
range.
range.
I'll,
Yeah. Go to the
I'll now go
data.
back to my data and select
Mhm.
F
Good.
in
Oh
case
yeah,
of
comma,
a
comma,
future.
comma, comma, comma. Don't
Okay,
go back. Put comma here first before you go back.
okay, comma.
Oh yeah, go back now.
I'm not seeing the comma. Oh,
Don't worry. Just make sure that you press comma. It will be there.
okay,
Once you have typed
okay,
comma, go back to your dashboard.
okay. The comma.
Uh,
Uh-huh.
then oh yeah,
Then,
pick the
then criteria.
pick.
This is
Yes,
marketing.
yes. Press
I will now
enter.
press enter.
Press enter.
Good.
Perfect.
36. Is that what you got?
Yes, that was what I got
Okay.
for
So let
marketing
me
was
autofill
36.
it. Let me
Yes.
autofill it.
Okay. That's
Okay.
42. The same thing. Operation is
Yes.
42.
Yes. So I want
Now
to put
vision.
I want to put um chat.
You have to highlight it. You have to highlight it. You have to highlight everything,
Okay,
both
sorry.
variables. Highlight so
Okay.
good. Mhm.
Then now put chat. Copy cell, no?
Now
Wait.
highlight again. Make sure that Control Z.
Mm-hmm.
Highlight. Okay. Oh yeah. Highlight both headers. Now there are two icons there. Click on the last one. Yes, good. That is the one to click on. So you go to chat.
Okay.
Then
I'll
you
now
choose.
use
So choose anyone you
any
want
of
to
my
use.
anyone I want to use. Okay, let me use cluster.
Mhm. Then
Can I
you
use this
use.
color or must it be blue?
No, you can change the colors now. You can change the color to this is just a default color. It's not here you change the color. You can
Okay,
see
where do I change?
change color there by your left hand side before the designs. You see change color. That place you have dot as in the cycles. Not
Should
here.
I go back?
No, on your property bar, you see keep going. No. Don't leave this particular design. Keep going to your left. Go back to your left as if you want to start from file or home. Under insert, you see change color there. Under insert, the tabs. Yeah,
Change
here.
color.
Yes, click that place.
Okay.
Choose another
Uh,
color. Choose a color.
okay.
Did you select the
This is the one I
click
want.
good. So just choose the one that will go with other good. Then you can now position it where you want it. Make sure that it should
Okay.
be forming a good design.
Hmm. I think this one is okay.
Yes, it's okay. Just position it because it's on top of
Yeah, I know.
other reports. Okay,
I know. I'm
okay,
coming. Let me shoot my work.
okay. All right. So
Let
after
me
the other
let me
one, I
reduce.
think
I want to reduce it.
okay.
Hmm.
So quickly
I
look
think
at
it's
the other one. Yeah, okay.
okay. So let's do the other one
For
to come it
average,
safe.
average if.
Yeah. Now, okay, average if. Okay,
Yes.
so let me shift my distance. So I will do the average now. So the average, I don't need to, should I use the same department or I should copy the another, I use another one?
Use the
Let me
department to
use.
save our time. Use the department
Okay,
to
let
save
me,
our
so
time.
I'm going to
Okay.
copy it now. All right. So I'm going to copy this department now. Control C. I'll now come here. Okay, I'll now come here and do Control V. Now, I'll now and delete. Delete. Okay, now equal equal. Now average. I want to find. Let me read out what I want to do now. Uh, I'm analyzing the total basic salary average per each department. So we've
Yeah.
already uh, our department is here already. So I'll do equal to average if so the range now. I will now go back to my my this thing document. That is my data now.
Data. Okay.
Select F in case of future. I'll put
Comma. Have you
comma,
added comma?
comma.
Good.
Yeah, I'll put comma. Then go back to my dashboard. They say
Pick your
criteria.
criteria.
So
Yes.
I'm going to select marketing right now.
Okay.
Okay. I'll, I've I've selected marketing now.
Okay.
Then I'll put comma. Is it here that I'm going to put comma
Yes.
before
Yes.
selecting
Full com.
total basic?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
I'll put comma. Then I'll now go back to my data now and select the total
The
the total
salary.
basic
This is the
salary.
salary.
That
Yes.
is JEBA.
Yes. And then you press enter from here. Don't go back there.
Eh,
Press enter here.
okay. Then I'll now press enter.
Enter. Good. Yeah.
And I
Okay.
want to remove this decimal this thing now. So to
So you
remove
have
it
to
now,
click. You have to click on the value
okay,
you have gotten first.
okay.
Then you look at the signs under number. Okay, you want to generate for that first. Good.
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead. Since
Now,
just select everything so that you change everything at once. Highlight them and go there at once.
okay.
Mhm.
I will now go
Then
to
under number.
then
No. The next one. The next one. Yes. That one is increment, one is decrement. So you know the one you want to use.
increase decimal.
Yeah,
Show
click.
fewer decimal places.
But what I will advise you is this is average. I will advise you leave the decimal to at least one decimal unit because those values you are cutting off might influence your report negatively. You know, we did that just because then we are doing counting, not for
Ah,
average. Yes, it was for counting where my own came up with 36.0, 10.0, 42.0. But I would advise in the
okay.
case of sum and average, you leave if you are, because you can see some fractions there that if you eliminate them now, that might make your report not to be complete. So it's either you leave
Hmm.
it as one decimal unit or you leave it as two decimal units. Hope that is clear. All right, so you have
Okay.
actually done well. Let's continue. Let's continue.
So let me
Um,
do it. It's okay like
okay.
this now.
Yes, it's okay. It's okay. Okay, like that.
Okay.
Leave it at that.
Let me put my chart. Let me put my
Okay,
chart.
okay. It's true.
Hmm. 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 What's that? Hmm. Okay. So, stop. Scatter. I'm not seeing more of it
You
on my
can
own.
no click on all chat at the top. Click on all chat at the top. There is a tab there. No. Up.
Okay.
Quickly.
This is what I've been looking for.
So click OK. Select this one with color. I think it balances.
Yeah, it's okay.
It gives some focus.
Mm-hmm.
Hurry up. So I will not end up
Okay.
using the class time for the
Okay.
classwork.
All
All
right.
right, so you can fill the rest. So just share your screen. Let's continue, please.
Okay. Let me save. Control S.
All right. So I hope you can see my screen now.
Let me
Uh,
stop my.
yes. I hope you can see my screen. Can you see
Yes,
it
sir.
now? Okay.
Yes.
Now look up. Look up. Now we're going to do a kind of a final formatting. Now that we are
Okay.
closing this, now that we are closing this section to go to the advanced. Though there is one logic I'm going to show you. Uh, um,
Okay.
but let me just finish the formatting. Now, there's a reason why we're leaving all
Okay.
this sheet, all this space. Now, I want to format this sheet in a way that the report can come up, as it can stand out. So I can highlight the
Okay.
whole of this section like this, down to that place, down to this place. Let's say
Mm-hmm.
here, and then I'll come here and give it what maybe a kind of color that's good. Just trying to form a design. Then I can also this space here just to differentiate this section from this. I
Okay.
can come here and give it this. So you can see a kind of design that you are bringing out just to give focus between one
Okay.
report and the other. So that is why I was
Okay.
leaving those spaces. Then at the end of the day, maybe somewhere here, maybe this is where this category of report stuff, I can just give it this. And then, which means that now I need to reduce this one. So you start making sure that they are on the same alignment. So now I'll close this
Okay.
one here. Now you can see my dashboard is coming out now.
Unique.
Uh,
Yes.
okay, so something like this, I believe you can see that okay, here we have to also
Out of.
take the
Okay.
background here, repeat here. Think we can also do one here, is a smaller one. So let me
Hmm.
just let me see if I can select it here and move this out a little. Maybe after adding it, you can come back to it. Mhm. After adding it, you can bring it to close it up.
Okay.
Then here, I need to make this one the same level. I need to bring this one probably to the same level. Bring this one to the same level. Okay, so you can see that I have a more user-friendly what dashboard. I hope that is
Yeah.
clear. But you
Yes.
don't do what I did now when you are still analyzing. When you are done, you can now say, okay, that is why I was leaving those spaces. Now I want to show us a quick concept that I know that sometimes uh it will be useful to you before we go to the next category. The next category, I'm going to analyze them here. And those one will use different color. That's the reason why I have to make sure that what I give the whole of the area have used a kind of unique color. Now,
Okay.
what you did here now is summarizing all this value against the individual what department. Now, it means that each of these departments has different what cell for outputting their value. You are using this
Okay.
cell to output department or marketing total basic salary. You are using this one to output security. You are using this one
Security.
to output. Now, what
Credit.
about if it's a concept anyway, at the end of the day, you are the one that would determine which one to use. So just give me a minute to come in.
All right, hope you can still hear me. Can you still hear
Yeah.
me?
Yes.
Okay, so now let's assume that I want to use one cell to answer all these questions. You see the logic
Okay.
now? That is, once I put marketing here, it will give me marketing total sum. Once I put security here, it will give me security total sum. Once I put any of these departments comes in here, we analyze it. So in other words, let's title it. So this is, let me put a title so you understand the kind of analysis we want to perform. So you write
Okay.
a cell, or let's say cell referencing, analysis method, cell references analysis method. Sorry, let me. Cell what? References analysis method. So let me just describe it this way. So how do we define this? So we can say this method is used. I hope you are writing. This
Yes. So
method is used where a single cell is used to perform multiple analysis. Where a single cell is used to perform multiple analysis. A single cell is used to perform multiple analysis. Now, for example, we are using this. So I will just design the application interface. So I will just say what input comes in here. Let's say what input. And then the analysis here, let me just name it what analysis. So what is the input that will come here is the what? The input that will come here will be what? Any of these what? Departments can be imputed here. What is the calculation that will happen here is the what? The total sum,
any of the
count or average of any of the departments are imputed here. So
okay.
I will format that place like this just to give it some focus. I'll come to my border. I'll just give it the outside border so that that particular area can be, and then also maybe this particular, I'll give it this background and then maybe give the text white. Okay, so you can always know that you are using that particular app to do something. Now, this is where you are going to write the function, just like we did it like sum. Now, check what I'm going to do now. I will put equals to here and then do the sum if also, just like the way we did it. Then the range, I will go to the data set and highlight what department, what range. That is where the criteria will be cut from. And then the criteria will be the selection of that cell, which pay attention here, pay good attention here. The criteria will be the selection of that empty cell. You see the logic now, because at this point, you have not entered the value. So that's why I say cell referencing. You reference an empty cell that you have already pre-programmed the function that once a value comes here within this range that I selected before, you use it to analyze what? The total sum. So after that, I'll put the comma again, go back to the data set, and then take all the what? The basic salary. It's just like the same way that we selected. But the only thing is that
Yes.
this time around, we selected, instead of us to have listed the department here, we have not listed the department. So we now pick where the department will come in. Now, let's see. It analyzes 0 right now. Why? Because it's waiting for a department value to go in here. So let's say I want to call this particular one there. I want to call here. I want to type marketing, and I want to show us a logic instead of you coming here to start typing marketing. There's no need. Just put equals to, and then go to where you have the marketing, click on it, and press enter. It will call the marketing there. You notice what happened. As soon as marketing comes in, it has analyzed what marketing value. If you check off now, you can see it's the same thing, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, let's say I don't want, I've already analyzed for marketing. I want to analyze for security. So if I remove it from here now, and then I put equals to, and then click on security to invoke it and press enter. So this is the what? The analysis for security. So what I have ended up building is an app that uses a value that comes in a cell. That is why it is called cell referencing. So you program it down. At that point, it's assumed that you don't know the value that will be imputed. So once the value comes in, the function will react. That is what is happening here. Any question?
Yes. So this input and analysis, what are they using it for? Like, must you put it
No.
whenever you are?
No. This is just a label that shows that type something here. This is just a label that says that, okay, when you type something here, a calculation has taken place. Did you get it?
Yes.
So you now, you can put department as header here in the place of that input. You can put department. Here in the place of that analysis, you can say what? Sum of total basic salary is your choice. But I just put input so that we know that, oh, I'm to type something under it. And then whatever I see here, I know that, oh, that is what I analyze. That is why I use input and what? Analyze. But you can label it the way it will help you to know what you are supposed to do there. I hope that is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now let's quickly, maybe I should give you few minutes. Let me give you 3 minutes. Can you do it within 3 minutes?
Yes, so I can.
Oh yeah, quickly. Let's know that we have settled everything about that category before we look at the introduction to the advanced. Though we may not be able to complete them, but let's see how far we can go. So once you have, so share your screen. Let me also know what you are doing over there.
Okay. Share screen. Okay, you can see my screen now. So, can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Okay, so I don't need to start putting all those designs here.
No. You do that later. That will be your assignment.
Okay. Okay, so let me start from here. Let me put input or input. Let me put here analysis. Now, this input now. Okay, I'm not going to put any here now, so I'm going to put equal to then I'll now put I don't know what it is. No.
You are not teaching us, teacher.
Okay. I'm trying to wait to. Mm-mm. Please help me. Oh.
Eh?
It helped me.
Yes, you are on it. Just type the same function, SUM. Type the same function, the way you did for the sum if.
Marketing.
Type the sum if complete. Sum
Uh-huh.
if.
Some if. Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So the range
Okay.
now, you now go to the data sets and highlight everything under department. Go back to the data set, just like the way you did for, no, not here.
There was a
Go
mistake
to the
here.
data set.
I'm coming, please. There was a mistake here. Uh-huh. Then range.
Go to the data set.
Mm-hmm.
The department, everything good. Comma. Go back to the dashboard. Click on that empty cell under input. No. Click on the empty cell under input. Yes.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Yes. I can now press enter.
Yeah, no. Comma. You have not selected the number to sum now. Go back to data, select
Okay.
basic salary. Just like the way you did it for sum.
Okay. Okay, basic
Press
salary.
enter here. Press enter here.
Enter.
So I put 0 for now. Now call the department. Type any of the department inside that input box. It will
Okay.
perform
Let
the
me type
analysis for you.
lega.
The way it is there.
Lega.
Do you have legal like that? Spell like that?
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, press
Yes.
enter now. Press enter. Perfect. So you can see it. Type any other
It's
one
not give
there.
me the same value.
Huh?
Lega here is it's not give me the same value.
What do you have as legal?
100 and 117,142. Well, give me 164,000.
Approximately. Now, what you do, type that legal.
Uh,
Type it the capital letter the way it is. Let me see something.
okay, let me look on.
Just to find out something.
Okay. Uh-huh.
I hope you have not deleted your function because we are supposed to be seeing 0 there.
Okay.
Well, press Ctrl Z. You have to delete everything. It's only the one in the API.
It's there.
Yes.
It's there already. Then Rega. See what it's giving me.
So approximately, can we have what is your legal here? The numbers are quite different, have you?
Yeah, so it's quite different. Okay, let me see what will happen. Let me use marketing. Let's see.
Okay.
Market.
Are you sure? Marketing is correct.
Okay. That means legal should be correct now. Are you sure I'm not the one making mistake?
Is your marketing correct like this? Where is the sum? This one is for average now. It's not the same thing now.
Okay.
You are the one confusing. Your sum is there. Your sum is inside. This analysis is for average.
Okay, average. Yes. So it's correct now.
Now just scroll your horizon. This is the value. It's correct now. Look at legal here now.
Yes, it's correct. Exactly.
The
It's
teacher, you want
correct.
teach us up and down. All right, let's continue. Let me continue. So I will
Okay.
just introduce just stop sharing. All right, so we are bringing in another topic now. So let me just mesh the whole of this place. I think I've taught you how to mesh before. So I'm merging the whole of I'm trying to make sure that all my dashboard is organized. So I'm merging the whole of this to write the title of the new introduced topic, which is
Okay.
data analysis with Excel. Make sure you are writing Excel Advanced Conditional Statistical Function. So let me give it this color and white, and then possible I can just bold it. I hope you are still with me. Okay, so let me give us the general definition of this set of functions. The general definition of this set of functions. Now listen, right.
Okay.
The advanced Excel statistical function such as the advanced Excel statistical functions such as sum, ifs. You see what we are adding now? They are not coming with S, the same function, but with the addition of what? S, which are, make sure you are listing them on count, ifs, and the average ifs. All right, so these three functions falls under advanced Excel statistical function. Now let's complete the definition. I said what? Please, can you read it out for me?
Okay, say the advanced Excel statistical functions
Such as the
such
sum
as
if,
sum
the count
ifs
ifs, and the average
and
if.
advanced if.
Good. Are
Average if.
mainly used for contribution. Are mainly used for statistical analysis or exploratory analysis. They are mainly used for statistical analysis or exploratory analysis where multiple criteria, underline multiple criteria, where multiple criteria is needed. Where multiple criteria is needed. Are you with me? Where multiple criteria is needed. Now you can see those, it then means that those ones that we have learned, the one that generated all these insights, they have limitation. They can only be used to analyze where one criteria is needed. The moment it's beyond one criteria, you can no longer use them. At that point, you bring in what? The one with
Some
the S,
ifs.
the one with the S, the one with the S. All right? So we are going to start with the sum ifs. Take that one as subheading now. Let's take that one. I'm going to see if I can finish them, fine, so that next class we go to a different topic. The sum ifs. Right. To define it, the sum ifs, the sum if is a multiple criteria analysis function. We are trying to shorten it since I've given us the elaborate explanation. It's used for multiple criteria analysis, for summarizing values in a given data set, for summarizing values in a given data set, for summarizing value in a given what? Data set. Are you with me?
Yes.
So let's look at, we are going to be relating them with real life analysis question. So we are working with this same data set. So let's write our question down. Right, so our analysis question, I think this time around, I want to be writing down the analysis question. The first question I want to answer, I want to merge this. So I'm merging this. The first question I'm answering under this category, let's say Q1, is summarize summarize total basic salary per department and grade is, what are the type of grade we have there? We have, when we copy grade, where is it the other time? We have it here. We have manager, right? We have officer.
Yes.
So
Yes.
where or and grade is equals to manager. Just want to put it this way. So how many criteria summary is this? 2 criteria. That is, you are going to sum up all the basic salary, but the ones that are not equals to manager, when you trace it to the grade, will not be summed up. That is what we are saying. So at the end of the day, our analysis is going to be the sum of basic salary per department, where grade is equals to what? Only manager. So if we pick a department, for example now, and we trace the value to grade, and it's not equals to manager, it will not add it. So let me take you to the data so that you understand the communication well. This is one of the variables that is mentioned. This is another one that is mentioned. And we are to add values here, right? So which means that if I trace this one now, I want to know whether the function will add it. Under grade is manager, so it will add it. Are you getting it now? It will add it.
Yes.
Though it will have, here there is no condition. You say what? For all the departments. So if you trace this security value now, you can see that under grade is officer, is not going to add this because it's not equal to what? Manager. If you trace this one now, it will only trace to where you have manager here. So I believe it's like manager could just be only one. Let's work with what? Trainee. No. Because we have trainee in multiple
times. We have another manager.
Okay, we have another manager. Good. Where is it?
You've passed it.
Okay, good. So let's go and answer the question. So just follow me and see what I'm going to do. So the first thing I am going to do, I should be able to identify which one is the base or the first criteria. So the first criteria is the one I am to list out. In the question, look at it, summarize total basic salary per department. So department is the first criteria. So which means that I will not go to the data, though I've already captured it here. So I will just take everything here because department is already mentioned in my dashboard. So I'll just come here and say, okay, I want to paste it here. I'm leaving this space for the design letter. So I'll paste. So now I am removing this. I'm removing this because this is where I'm performing another analysis. So I have listed out all the departments because that is the first criteria that is mentioned in this question with 2 criteria for summary. So now I'm changing here to, I think here I maintain it, the same thing, because the question says what? Summary of total basic salary. So I'm still maintaining this. So now the question now, let me put the sum if. So I will now type sum ifs. I'll choose the one with S. Now look at the syntax. The syntax is quite different from when there was no S. There was no S. Now the syntax is that sum range. When there was no S, it was just what? Range. There was nothing like what? Sum range. Now, I believe you should note it down that the sum range must only be number. Note it down somewhere. The sum range must be only number. So if it is only number, pay attention here. If it is only number, out of the 3 headers that are mentioned in that question, what are the 3 headers? Summarize total basic salary, 1. Per department, 2. And grade equals to what? Manager, 3. Out of these 3 headers that are mentioned, which one has number under it? Basic what? Salary. So that is the one you have to call here. So which means that I will go back to the data and will start with what? Calling basic salary. because that sum rate is a constant that must be numbered. So you look at the variable involved in your question, the one that have number under it, that is the one you pass in here. Now you put a comma. The moment you put a comma, you can see it now. The selection have shifted to what? Criteria range 1. Criteria range 1, which means that what? Select the range where the criteria 1 is, just like what we were doing before. So the first criteria is to sum the value that are passing here per department. So which means that I will select what? Department. That is criteria range 1. Then put a comma. It will now ask you what? Criteria 1. Criteria 1 is already mentioned in my dashboard to be what? Maybe marketing here. So, comma, so I'm done with what? Criteria range 1 and criteria 1. Now, once you add a comma, you will now have criteria range 2 and criteria 2. Once you add another comma after that, you now have criteria range 3, criteria 3. So what it means is that criteria range 2 is the range of cells where the second criteria value is. Now, what is second criteria? Grade equals to what? Manager. So which means that the range is for me to select where I have all the grades. That is criteria range 2, where the criteria 2 is. I'll put a comma. Then
okay, I thought that man equals to manager is great, criteria 3.
You said?
I thought equals that one with equals to manager is criteria 3, like supposed to be the last
No,
one.
no, it's 2 criteria. No. The basic salary is not a criteria. It's the value that you are summarizing based on the 2 criteria. Okay. So now, once you have selected the grade, the next thing is for you. You can see that there is no place where we mention the grade there, the way we listed department. So we are going to pick it from the same column. And when you are picking from the same column, let's say you have another manager here. You don't pick this one, you pick the first one. If you pick another manager, and you pick like this manager now, it will exempt this particular manager. So anytime you are picking your criteria from the data column, always pick the first one in that column. So I will now press enter. So you can see it now. It's just what? 2 million. So now you can see that this is a different report from what we got before. Now here the criteria was not met here. That is why it left what? Empty. No, the 2 criteria are not met here. So if you check the value you have here now, this is when you did for all. So for only manager, this is a summary of what? This is the total base salary to pay only what? Only workers working in department where the grade, the rank is what? Manager. Is it clear?
Yes.
So you have to try it now. I believe you have to try this one yourself. Even if you are not getting it, I will guide you. That's the best way you can understand it. So let me also visualize it immediately before I allow you to try it. So I can come here now.
Let me write down the question.
Yeah, so
let me write down the question.
I'll visualize this.
Okay, I've written it.
You said? So I want to visualize, we have been using Basha, so I decided to use another graph, and then I can come to add chart elements just to make it look more presentable and add some label just to bring it out. I can do some formatting. Let me show you some things you can do. You can do some formatting by coming to, you can come to format and then manually choose maybe a background color. So I'm leaving this one, and then show that thing again. I can click on one of these because I want to format all the, let's assume that the values you have there, they are not coming out. So you can just select only that part, go to your fichier, and then what? Maybe you click here, then you go to home and choose text color, maybe to white, just to bring them. So you can actually redesign it based on how you feel it will be best presented to your audience. So I think it's too small. So let me increase it so that it can make sense. All right, so I want to give you some time to try it, but do you have questions first? I think during your trying it, I think you'll be able to understand it better.
Okay, let me try it now. Try it. Let me share.
So share your screen quickly. We have 10 minutes to go. Let's see how we can maximize our time.
Okay. Okay. First thing to do, I'm going to copy my. I'm going to copy. No, not this. I'm going to copy this, right? My department.
Yes. Make sure you are communicating.
Okay. I just copied my department now. Since it has disappeared. Okay. Okay. So this is here. My juice. Okay. I've pasted. Disappeared. Copy. Okay. So I want to delete this now. Delete. Okay, so I want to. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Can you hear me? Okay. So I want to summarize the total salary per department and the grade is equal to manager. So to do that, I'll now do equal to per department total basic. I'll now go to total basic salary. I'll now go to total basic salary, which is J. I put a comma, right?
Yeah.
Total per department. Then I'll now go to my dashboard and select my
No.
department.
You shouldn't have come here.
No,
You have not defined the range.
Some if. Sorry.
Go back. Go and do it again.
Yes, so I made mistake.
So just clear it and go and
Mistake.
take it again.
I did not put the formula.
Take it again. So we might just stop here, but let me just allow you to confirm it.
Equal to some ifs, ba? Some ifs.
Yes, some ifs. Yes.
Are you there?
Oh yeah, go for the basic salary.
Some if.
Basic
So some
salary.
range means basic salary.
But it must be number.
Basic
Data
salary.
type.
Comma. Then
comma. You are still there. Good. You select. Select department.
Yes.
You shouldn't have returned here. You shouldn't have. You should come back here. Now it's not yet time to come here. Clean everything and go back. You only come here when you get to the criteria aspect.
Okay.
Please make sure you confirm the next step from before you continue. Some ifs.
All right. Okay.
Then
some if.
Go there.
Basic salary.
Basic salary.
comma.
Have you done that?
Next, yes,
Comma, then
department,
department. Good. Select department.
which
Select
is J.
department. That is not department. Select department. Department is
That is this one.
your criteria range
F.
1 now, where the criteria 1
Which
is. So select it and put a comma. Good. Now put a comma, then go back to your dashboard because now you want to fit the criteria. Go.
I will
Are
not
you there
pick.
now? Have you switched back to your
Yes,
dashboard? There.
yes,
So you pick the first marketing, the first department, marketing.
Mm.
Click on it as usual. Good, comma. So you can see that you are done with now criteria range 2, where the second criteria value is, which is what? Grade. So you go back to the data and select grade. Go back to the data and select grade. Header, select grade. And then you put a comma. You select the first manager under this same place because you don't have grade mentioned in your. You select the first manager.
Here.
Yes, the first one. That is the criteria. Click on it and press enter. Press enter here. Press enter. Perfect. Then you autofill. So go and practice more of it. Go and practice the logic. Answer more questions. Get a different data set. So your assignment is you are going to get a different data set and perform all these analysis. Write it down. Get a different data set. Get a different data set and perform analysis with all the intermediates and the sum-ifs function. All the intermediates and the sum-ifs function. So, and help me to write in your notes that our next class, we will complete this advance with counts, ifs, and some average ifs. And then we'll be able to complete them and also probably complete another topic. Any question?
I'm waiting. Is this last one or maybe, but maybe I will practice it on my own. Somehow confusing.
You said?
I say is this last one that is somehow confusing, but I'll practice it first.
Just try and watch my own part of the video. When you get to that answer, just play it and try to, you will get it.
Okay.
All right. Have you been seeing all your videos, the one you are recording?
No, I've not been seeing it too.
Okay, now let me show you. Okay, you are sharing your screen now. Good. Click on that file explorer, that folder. The work done. Click on it.
File explorer.
Okay, don't worry.
Where?
Let me do it myself here. Watch me, because you are going to use that to waste time. I allow you to do that.
Okay.
Now, this is what we do. Now, any video that you record with Zoom, you have to convert it before you can see the real video. It's not automatic. That once you finish recording, you will just see it. No. And for you to see it, you click on can you see the folder I am clicking on?
Yes.
So once you open it up, you go to document.
I'm the one. You are not. I did not stop it.
You have to stop your sharing. Stop your sharing and focus on mine.
I've done that.
Can you see the folder I am clicking now?
No, I'm not seeing it. Desktop. Okay, your desktop.
Can you see the folder I am touching?
Yes.
Okay, so once you click on it, you go to document. From document, you see a folder called Zoom. Once you open it, you see all your video there. All those classes, you see them there.
Okay.
Now, for example, this is the class record now, the one we are having now. You see, when you open it, this is how you are going to see it. They are not real video yet. You double click on it. If I double click now, it will now turn to read video. Let me see. So
Okay.
I'm still recording, so I cannot do that. So let me check this one. Now, once you double
Okay.
click, you see that it will not download. It takes some time, and then and turn to a video like this before you can play it. But if
Okay.
you have not, when you
Okay.
finish your recording, this is how it will look like.
Okay.
So what you do now is that you just double click on this. What you will now notice that it will tell that what is converting the video. You wait for it. When the conversion is completed, if you go back, you will now see the video like this. It will give you the audio in case you want to take only the audio for maybe advert, fine. Or you
Okay.
play the video. Did you understand it?
Yes.
So you share your screen now. Do what I did now. Let me see whether we can confirm that before I leave.
Okay. Okay. You are seeing my screen, right?
Yes. Oh yeah.
Yes.
Follow that
See
simple
my
step that I
file.
just showed you now.
Yeah, I'm doing that. Then I'll now go to Zoom.
Click on the Explorer folder now. You cannot find it. If your, what is it
No.
called? Your Zoom panel is covering it, click and drag it up.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Have you found it?
It have even disappeared. Okay, don't worry.
Huh?
I'm trying to.
You can't see that folder that I clicked on.
Oh, the Zoom is not coming up. You know, it's not there. So I'm trying to bring up the Zoom app from this thing. It's not coming up. Like the Zoom, the Zoom
Maybe you go and watch
app
the
is
video
not
and get it. I expect you to know. You can't find the folder that I click on. There was a folder that I click on. It's always there.
I have opened it already. See the
But I
folder
can't
here.
see it here. I'm still seeing your Excel.
Okay, maybe. I think something is blocking it.
Maybe you stop sharing and share it again. Stop sharing and share it again. Let's see whether I will be able to see it.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Let's hurry up. Let's hurry up. I have another class in the morning. Need to go and
Okay.
class.
Are you seeing it now?
Wait, it's still.
Are you seeing it
Yes.
now?
Oh yeah. Click on document. Click on document. That is what I click on. Click on document. Wait. That is Zoom.
Yeah.
Open the Zoom. Open it. These are all your classes. So
I've
let's
opened
say,
it.
check the first one. The one you are recording
Yes.
today now is this last one. Now, the other one you have recorded, open one of them. Let's see. So I'll show you how to go about it. So this one has even converted. It's finished the converting. Once you can see it in this video form, that is the video. Now go back and select the other one. Let's see whether the other one is also converted. Go back. No, you are already clicking. You go back now. Yes. Close this particular interface. We are select the next one. Let's see whether that one is converted. Double click. This one is converted. Now yeah, go back. That means your videos are here. Maybe you are allowed, though it's supposed to convert automatically once the class ends. Maybe you have been allowing it. Go back and let's check. That is one of today, have you? Okay, so that is how to reach out to your videos. So if you cannot access that, you can also watch from the YouTube page and make sure that you comment. I notice you have been commenting. Thank you so much. All right, good night.